You're from Easley, or you went to Easley High School from Liberty, South Carolina. You were a guy out of high school drafted in the 36th round by the Cincinnati Reds. And obviously you were a standout prospect, if you will. Just talk about the recruiting process for you. And I think it's interesting, again, because when you were getting recruited, and obviously you went to South Carolina, they were going through a coaching change. Chad Holbrook got let go. And I'm sure because baseball recruiting, it starts so early. I'm sure for you, you'd probably already made that decision, years prior. And I'm sure that's something kind of threw a curveball to you. You got there, I guess, fall of 2017 is when you would have gotten there. But just talk about the recruiting process overall for you, getting drafted. How did that factor in your decision? And then why did you eventually choose to become a Gamecock?
Yeah, I mean, being straightforward, the decision was very easy. I had my cousin, Elliot Caldwell. He played there a few years before I got there. And I got my first offer from the Citadel. And that was kind of it sparked a lot of things. And then, Clemson and Carolina kind of followed up that. But, after I left the office with my visit from South Carolina, I was pretty much like, yeah, this is where I want to go. I want to be in Columbia for the next 4 years. And the decision was very easy. I talked to a lot of guys. I know Joey Pancake very well. He grew up playing with one of my cousins. And after talking to him, finding out like that's a great place to play. It's honestly one of the best teams in college baseball. And I was like, absolutely, like that's where I want to be for the next 4 years.
How weird was it though for you coming in with the coaching change that happened with Chad Holbrook and obviously into the 2017 season was really rough. You talk about that season and the ups and downs, and I think they had a season really similar to you guys in 2019, where just injuries hit and it just felt like you were just on the wrong side every weekend. It came down to Sunday. It felt like every weekend, and every weekend South kind of found a way to lose. And, because you look back at that 17 team, preseason ranked top 5 in the country, and you look at the talent of Clark Schmidt, Will Crow, Adam Hill, Destino, Tyler Johnson, like you just keep going down the list. And it's like, there's a lot of guys that are still playing right now that were on that team. So there was no lack of talent, but whatever. The expectations are what they are at Carolina, and there's a coaching change, and Mark Kingston comes in. How weird was that for you coming into South Carolina amidst a coaching change?
It was definitely like something that I didn't think I was going to like have to adjust to. But I mean, like that was as easy as the decision was to go to Carolina. I was actually on campus. I went there for the summer of 2017, and I was on campus when Kingston got there. And from the start, he was great. He called everybody, let us know. I think he called everybody individually, and talked to us individually, and let us know the plan, let us know the expectations, and it was like there was no doubt that I still wanted to be there.
For sure. I'm curious because again, you're not really going to have reference, I guess, to the changes and how much difference it was from Holbrook to Kingston, if you will. But I just think obviously, of course, we're talking right now, South going to swept Florida. So everybody's just high on everybody thinks Kingston's great today, right? Last weekend, the verdict was different. The weekend before, whatever. We all get how baseball fans interact. But overall, I think what's interesting about Kingston, Logan, when he got here is that he revitalized, I felt like, a couple of guys' careers, like especially on the hitting side. Like Madison Stokes. I mean, that dude, he was an okay player, but had an insane year, gets drafted. I mean, a guy like Justin Rowe, other dudes at the plate. Was there a noticeable mindset shift? Or, did he just kind of come in and embrace, I guess, the expectations overall Carolina baseball? We know he's like analytical and he has his way of doing things, but was it just kind of business as usual, you felt like, and this is sort of the expectation and run with that?
That's pretty much like kind of a good way to explain it is like, as soon as he got there, from the first team meeting, he brought an energy that we knew, this was serious, it's go time. And, we're not playing around. We got expectations to live up to, and he just brought a certain aroma that we knew that we're about to get after it, and it was going to be we're going to end up having a good year like we did. And it's kind of hard to explain because it was all like an energy kind of thing, but even other coaches, it was that energy that they brought every day that I think was a big factor in the success that we had.